Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Mallory and today we're going to be making carne guisada. This recipe was one I found off of Pinterest. It's not one that I found in the archives of the coveted cookbooks that I received, but it's one that my extended family would approve of. It's extremely flavorful. It has potatoes and beef, carrots, celery, and onions. So anything with onions in it, I'm going to eat it. But anyway, I'll stop wasting your time and show you how to make it. So, this recipe is a recipe to remember. All right, we're going to cut up these potatoes. As Jamie Oliver says, we're just going to clank these up. That means chop them kind of big. Okay. So I'm going to move these over to my stove so I don't contaminate them with my chuck roast. Now we're going to cut up the chuck roast. All right, we're just going to chop this up into chunks. You can get out some of the bigger pieces of fat, but I'm just gonna chop this up really quickly because it's getting late and I'm hungry. Now that all our potatoes are cut up and our meat is diced, we're going to prepare the carrots, celery, and onions that I prepared earlier this week. We are going to add some sofrito, and I'll go over all of that as we add it. But I want to kind of sweat my onions, my carrots, and my celery so that it can begin getting tender, and then we will continue making this guisada. A cup of diced onions, a cup of sliced carrots, and a cup of sliced celery. It doesn't call for celery, it calls for for bell peppers, but I don't have any. Not that it's going to impart the same flavor, but it's going to add a little bit of crunch. I have some bell peppers cut up in my freezer, but it's late and they're frozen and it takes a while for the moisture to cook off, and I don't feel like doing that because I just can't be bothered tonight. I'm going to start with salt and pepper. And realistically, I should be browning my meat first. And you should do that. The recipe calls for browning your meat first. But I just don't have the time. It's already 7 o'clock almost. And it's been a long day. I'm ready to eat. But I want a great meal. So it's going to taste good. It's just not going to taste as good as it should. And sometimes you have to make sacrifices like that. Sometimes you have to sacrifice browning your meat, searing your meat and stuff like that. Because, you know, we all have jobs. We all have responsibilities that we have to do every day, and we still have to eat. We don't have to eat necessarily what I'm making, but I'm really going to enjoy this meal. I've made it before, and it turned out really good the last time I didn't sear the meat. So I just want to encourage you to just get it on the table. I'll pat you on the back. I'll give you a high five. Our next two ingredients are a tablespoon of adobo, and this is an all-purpose seasoning, obviously by Goya. And I'll read to you the ingredients after I add it. Salt, garlic, some words that should not be pronounced, oregano, turmeric, so I plan on making my own after I use this up, because I don't like anti-caking agents. I like for food to be food. Oh, this sofrito smells so good. Green bell peppers, onions, culantro, which is a cousin of cilantro, and garlic and olive oil. And it calls for a 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of sofrito. I'm going to add some garlic, quite a lot. I'm going to add some capers, just all that I have left. Then it calls for 8 ounces of tomato sauce. And nobody tell my husband, but I'm adding olives to this. 1/2 cup of olives. That's just a 4-ounce can of diced olives. I love olives. I'm going to stir this up. The next ingredients is 1/2 cup of water, but I'm actually going to add chicken broth because I have it. And you remember I made such a stink about making your own chicken broth. Well, I'm using boxed chicken broth. So remember, just do what you can. Just like with feeding babies, fed is best. When feeding families, fed is best. Okay, I'm gonna add some oregano, and then I'm adding my beef and potatoes. And it calls for about a teaspoon of oregano. That's probably enough. We'll add the potatoes. We'll add the beef, so that doesn't drip in bad places. Now this beef is going to release some juices into this. And I'm sorry if y'all can't see it. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see it. I just want to stir it up. And then I'm going to add the lid on and let it cook for like some time. I'll tell you in just a second. We're going to cover and let it cook for like an hour. So I'll see y'all in a little while. I really wish y'all could smell this. It smells incredible. It has simmered for an hour. It's not sticking to the bottom of the pot. My potatoes are done. Everything is tender. I'm gonna serve it up now. Oh boy. So let's see if I can touch this quickly. Okay, I'm gonna serve this up. My husband prefers a fork, even though this is like a stew. I prefer a spoon because you eat stews with a spoon. Oh boy, this looks amazing. Gonna taste incredible. All right, this is gonna be good. And I didn't make a mess. And my table just did something funny. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat this now. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I'm sorry that it took me so long to get something posted, but it's been a hard week at work and I've missed posting, so I'm putting this one out even if it comes out at 11 o'clock tonight. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you've been having a great week. And remember, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.